You know what this does not make just any sense at all to me? There's a tool, or I should say there was a tool out, that what it did in Raid Shadow Legends is it effectively just showed you where you're at in your mercy system. So you can know roughly when another legendary is coming, okay? That's not the only tool that was out there. Some that just showed you some basics like, is this pack worth buying? It shows you some offer calculator sort of like Chosen has. There's nothing in these kits that doesn't do something the game is already doing. There is no advantage from these programs at all, and it doesn't go above and beyond what the game already does. You can do everything that these programs do with just a pen and paper. That's it. The only thing it does is fill out the data automatically, so that way you're informed about purchases, or you're informed about whether or not you should go all in on something. It's just a tool to help you be more educated about your purchases. Well, if there's one thing we know that gambling companies don't want, it's educated gamblers, because unfortunately, this tool has been completely canceled in the way that, I mean, not in cancel culture, but I mean, literally canceled. Raid Shadow Legends this morning came out with an update in order to completely remove these programs' ability to function. That was the technical update. That's the only thing this technical update was this morning. They said, hey, we had to restart the servers, nothing major, don't worry about it. Well, because they're trying to pretend like this didn't happen. They just removed a program that people were using in order essentially to realize we can either save money because we're this close to a pity, so we shouldn't be buying 15 void shards during the 2x because I'm 80 off pity or something. People realize this and have been saving money or being smart. Well, Plarium realized over there that 0.0000001% of their revenue had dropped, so they ixnayed the entirety of this program, which to me just feels like attacking the community for no reason. They didn't use any sort of PR when doing this, and they didn't respond to any of the content creators who sent messages asking them why they decided to make this decision. Luckily, we don't really need them to tell us exactly why they decided to make this decision, because they've already told us by what they didn't tell us. When they came out with the PR statement, they could have stated, this program is a closed source program. We have no idea if he's going to be hacking your accounts. We've had 7% uptick of hacked accounts lately, and we're worried it's because of this. We believe that for consumer safety and your credit card information, we are in fact closing down this program. That would have made a lot of sense, would have been a good PR statement from their side, and it also would have showed that they brainpower thought through it from the point of view of the person, of the perspective of the people that are actually using it. Instead, what we got was a message saying, small technical update, nothing big, don't worry about it, and then they ghosted the content creators and are not responding about that. It's blindingly clear when that is the way you go through it, that instead they're trying not to talk about it because the reason behind it is revenue. If people can see that they're 200 void shards off their next pity, they are less likely to buy void shards, okay? However, it's annoying to me because the reverse is true. If you're 15 shards off pulling your pity, like on my main, I'm like 10 void shards off, and almost made me want to spend money on void shards. So it's extremely frustrating for me to see the logic where they see a small downturn in revenue, even though it's a small performance increase for the player, and they just shut it off. It's also really bad for future development for people from the outside third-party perspective, because if we have people going out making things like websites or trying to do what they can with the limited API they have, and then it gets shut down after a completely crafted tool, it's going to discourage devs from doing more for a game we love. The best part of Raid is the community, not the game, right? So if you have a community that everyone loves and they want to interact with each other, why would you go out of your way to stop that? Why would you go out of your way to stop people from interacting? Again, they didn't say in their PR statement, we're worried about account safety. We're worried that they're actually going to take away from the fact that we have our own pity system coming out. None of that. They didn't say any of that. The reason is, and the reason they're not responding, is they don't want people to think of legendary pose in terms of pity. You are way less likely to open every shard when you realize, okay, I'm 100 off pity for a legendary, that's when you think your next legendary is going to be. When before we even knew about the mercy system, it was always just one time, no whammies, let's open a shard and let's see. Now we know about the mercy system. It's been data mined. There's a mercy system for 200 voids, you know, however many ancients, all this stuff, right? And now that it's in the game, that's what people are thinking about. They're thinking about when is my next guaranteed legendary. And since it's a game based upon gambling and incoming revenue of gambling on each shard, they can't have you thinking about the guaranteed legendaries. They need you to think about the what if on each and every shard. Other games allow this sort of thing. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes has an API. People can use it to connect to the game and see every single piece of gear that different characters need, even before the characters are released. So that way you can know what to save up in order to max out that character. It also allows websites to go ahead and show what events are going to be coming up, help people be informed about their decision. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes has not had to create these sort of things in-game because other devs have gone out of the way to do the work for them that the community needed. They realized this and allowed it. Other companies have done the same thing. Some companies actually just do it themselves. For instance, Genshin Impact is the largest mobile game and is making the most money out of every mobile game. And currently, it has a pity system built into it, and it has permanent history. You can go back and see everything you've ever purchased, every item you've ever opened. It has all of that data right there in the game. You don't need to wonder when your next pity is, because it will physically show you. And that is a new game and is, in my opinion, the staple of what should be happening. These games are getting more expensive, not less. In Genshin Impact, it costs $2,800 to fully max out one character. I would know because I did it, okay? If you want to know why, the guy literally is like a whale character, uses water moves. Just forget about it, okay? Don't worry, that's not the point of it. Yes, I went full mouth breather by spending that on a character, okay? But the point is that game makes a ton of money. They make a ton of money, and they're still giving you information so you can make informed purchases. People still purchase because it's a good game. Whatever happened to just having a good product so people buy it? Why does showing more of your product make people not want to buy it? Why don't you think about that one? And if it really is about player safety, since I gave you that PR tip, let's see if they come out with it. Why don't we actually have a customer service that really works? And why don't we fix a lot of the issues? Like, have you guys ever logged in and literally all your gear's gone, all your characters are gone? I have. I had to relog and there they are again. It's really scary for people. It's like, what just happened? I've heard people that logged in, everything was gone, start DMing me, messaging me, I got hacked, all this stuff. And I look into it, it's like, bro, just restart your game. It's just another bug in their game. They also managed to fix this really quick. They came in on Monday. Wow, all of a sudden, Monday morning, first thing, yeah, that mercy system's gone now, ain't it? Not just the mercy system, but the pack calculator and all the offers calculators. The things that showed you whether or not you should spend money, man, they got rid of that real quick now, didn't they? But all this stuff, you know, the changes that the people need, bug fixes, I don't know, making 3v3 tag team arena actually do something, stuff like that. Nah, we got years to work on that, baby. And don't even forget about, remember when the 2x pack offers came out? They said, this is your one and only chance. You can go ahead and buy 2 packs for the price of 1. People actually did it, so they removed it before they were supposed to be. They just pulled them out because people were getting too good of a value. They'll do stuff for them instantly when they need it. But when it's good for you, the person, they will absolutely do everything they can to move that line in the sand back away from you towards them more, where they're the ones making the more money. This is my problem. It always comes down to game integrity and dev integrity. If they're willing to not say why they're doing something, they're doing it for themselves. Because once again, if they do it for you, they're going to make sure you know it. So I think it's time that we do hashtag no pack till pity, okay? Until they actually show you the pity timer in the game, just stop spending money. If they're willing to go out of their way in a day to remove something that helps you be informed when you spend money, then you shouldn't spend money until they add it themselves. We already know they can do it. We've already know they've coded it. It's already been in the game and they removed it afterwards. And we already know that they're going out of their way to remove other people's versions of it. Okay, so you want to strong arm us Why don't we strong arm you? Stop spending money to the end of the game. If we can't have it from other people, then you better provide the option or we ain't going to provide the cash. So if you agree with this and you're on board, leave a comment saying hashtag no packtail pity, because that is the pledge. I'm not going to spend any money. As you know, I'm not giving money to this company until we see literally huge changes. And in my opinion, I'm just never going to spend money again. I've spent enough money. You guys already know that. Don't need to go down that route. But for the people that are spending money, they're purposely screwing you over on purpose. So stop rewarding that behavior, okay? Give it a minimum of 30 days. I guarantee you, if everyone just holds back their cash, be like, okay, you saw a small revenue dip because of the pity timer. Let's see a big revenue dip. You know, they're going to buy the dip. They're going to add the stupid pity timer in, because one thing we know about Plarium, if they don't love the people, they sure do love the people's money.